Hi guys, Dunny here from Dunny Bees. In this episode we're going to be doing an inspection using the new Osmo 3 camera. So I'm not sure how much you're going to see here. I've got it mounted on my chest, but let's have a look, see what we can see. So this has got two supers on top, and let's just move it down a little bit. As you can see, there's bees in there. Not a massive amount, but they're in there nonetheless. Let's have a look. Yeah, definitely a few. And then same again in here. A few more in the lower one. The top box was nice and light. I've not smoked these yet. I just want to see how they are. That's a bit heavier, is that one. So this is on a brood and a half, because this is the one that I made a mistake with, and I put the super on, and like an idiot I didn't put the queen excluder on. So we had eggs in the top, so I just made it a brood and a half because it was quite a strong colony anyway. So I'm just going to give them a light smoke, and then I've not actually been into this apart from when I put the super on because it was so full, so I've not done an actual inspection in here. So let's the only thing with these excluders, the metal ones, they do tend to ping when you pick them up, certainly when there's wax in between them. So we're just going to give it a little twist, and then we're going to check under there, just make sure the queen's not on there. Now I think this is a blue marked queen. Yeah, she's not on there. I'll pop it up there, and as you'll see there, there's quite a lot of bees there. But if you look at that, lovely and calm, which is what we want, certainly what I want, and certainly after last week, it says, and then they start flying about a little bit. Now even calm bees will come a little bit flighty when you start, certainly in weather like this when it's a little bit windy. So we've got a nice frame of stores there. Let's put this bracket on the front. It's not the best of conditions today, however it's forecast rain tomorrow, and I'm not sure about Monday, Tuesday yet. It's very up and down. So I'm just going to put this rest on the front, so this just gives a little bit of space to work with. And then what we're going to do, we're just going to separate each frame. So because I've not been in this one, they're still really stuck together from over winter where they've propelised it. So let's just open them up slightly. Oh, so we're just separating each one now rather than doing it part way through. Oh, these are super stuck together. Right, we're gonna have to leave that till we get a bit further in. And I've got my new BB Wear Ultra suit on now. It got delivered back today, and I'm going to do a bit of a review on that later with the new zip they've put in. So I can't see the queen. This is just full of stores and not much on that side. Now the queen may be up here, or she may be down in the bottom super that we've got as a brood. So lots of brood there. I can see larvae, I can see a few drones. I don't know if you can see that drone there. Big fat guy running about. There's quite a few drones on there, which is good to see, because if we do get any virgin queens, we know that they're going to be out and getting mated. Yeah, there's a few more drones on there as well, and I can see eggs in there too, which is great. So she's there, but because some of these colonies are so full at the moment, I just want to check that there's no swarm cells, and they're not thinking about taking off and doing one. There's a little play cup there at that side, but it's not charged, so we'll just keep an eye on that. I mean, these guys have got extra room because we've got the box below as well. I mean, there is loads of brood here and emerging bees. I don't know if you can see them ones there that are just starting to come out. So they're drone. They're the male bees that are just starting to emerge, and you can see that because when they're capped over, it's a lot bigger is the brood cappings. So you'll see there's three. I don't know if you can see it there. If I got it on the camera, there's three of them there, just about to emerge, which is what we want to see this time of year. Although they don't do much in the colony, they're really, really important for helping populate and key to breeding with the queen, obviously. Another nice frame of brood there, brooding all stages. No sign of anything untoward. Nice carton bees, but that's a nice frame of brood, is that. A lot more drones on there as well. I'm just going to shake this off because I can't see in this corner, so they're going to get... No, that's fine. A bit more flighty now. Yeah, so we've got lots of emerging brood there. A little bit spotty is the brood pattern there, but she's laid back in it. There's nothing... loads of larvae around the side. I'm not sure how well it's focusing the camera on this, because it's literally just slung from my chest. So we've just got loads and loads of eggs in there. I am a little bit concerned about stores. I mean, they've got stores up in the super, but there's not much in the brood box. But we'll see what's down below. Quite a bit of pollen there around the cap brood, which is what we want to see. We've got another little play cup there as well. You can see these are really young bees. They're a lot smaller, a bit fluffier. See that? One at the top there, you can tell that's just emerged. Grey and fluffy. So no sign of the queen yet. However, because I've smoked them on the top, she'll probably go to the bottom to get out of the way. Yeah, just another really big slab of food. There's lots of nectar in there. I'm hoping these next frames are going to have, oh, crikey, they're going to have some stars. Yeah, there's a little bit of brood in there as well though. I can see this next one already, it's got a big slab of stars in it, but let's see what's in the bottom, because there's a lot of bees here for not a lot of food. And yeah, I've got a big slab there. Pollen around the side here. Honey there, you can feel the weight of it actually. So she's not there. We're going to have a quick look in the bottom. It's not the end of the world if we don't see her, because we've seen plenty of eggs, so we know she's been about. Let's move up a little bit. We've got to be super careful when we're popping these down. We don't just squash them all up together, because that's where you're going to squash the bees and potentially the queen. So really careful. You'll see I've got markings on here, 25, 24. I need to mark these because these are more recent, but it just shows me the age of the frames that I've put in, because we do like to rotate them. I mean, these are nice clean frames when you look at these. There's a bit of brace comb down there that's stopping me putting these in a little bit, but we'll keep on going. Now there is the other thing, being on a brood and a half or a double brood, there's a chance that if she was down below she might be working her way back up now. So like I said, as long as we've seen eggs, I'm pretty happy with that. And do you know something, they're although they're flying about now, which is expected with me disrupting them, I'm just going to shake this off. So I shook the last one off because it's always a little bit tighter to get the frame in, and I've got a dummy board to go in here as well, so it just helps. And then what we're going to do, we're just going to push them up a little bit, just move that down a little bit, squeeze out like that, and then probably a great camera shot of my feet there. Just going to drop this dummy board in, slot that in like that. And now what we're going to do, you've got a drone here, let's get him up. It doesn't look too good, to be honest. Let's drop him back in, we'll sort him out. Heavy boxes that. If there's one thing, probably the only one thing apart from being stung, that I don't like about beekeeping is the pressure on your back, the weight of the boxes. So I can already see there's not as much going on in this box. So that's just foundation. Yeah, they've not drawn any of this out at the edge. Oh, they have with that one. Nice frame that they've just drawn out, spot too soon. On that side, so you can see that's just freshly drawn, so she is going to have room to lay down there, so the pressure's off a little bit on this one. Same again, that's all nicely drawn out. It always fascinates when you see the fresh drawn comb. I think I'm actually going to raise this hive stand up a little bit at some point. I don't know if you can see that the honeycomb is slightly angled up about 15 degrees, and the reason behind that is when the nectar goes and it's really running, it just stops it running out. I don't know if the camera will pick that up or not, but clever engineers, these guys. So they've cleaned all this up now. It looks like all the bees have emerged. Pop that wax there. And then they've cleaned all the frames out, so there's... It looks like she just started laying in here. You're not going to get that from here, but she has just started laying again in this one. So you can see where the bees have emerged here, and there's a couple more just coming out here, the last few. So this is where she'd obviously laid before, and I can't see any more eggs in there. But these are the last few bees that are emerging. There's a nice fresh drawn comb. Comb. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with things there. I was actually going to rotate the floors and the crown boards. I've got some fresh ones that I've painted up and cleaned them and sterilised them, but to be honest, the weather's a bit naff at the moment. It's a bit windy, and I don't want to, although it's a quick job, I just don't want to disrupt them any more than I already am. So we're going to get this wrapped back up. So some of these supers on the top are relatively heavy, and there's definitely stores in here because I can feel how heavy that brood box is. But we need to keep an eye on it with the weather and stuff, just see how it goes. It's always a bit tricky this time of year because you wanted to put supers on, so they don't swarm. And this was jam packed. I mean, there was in lots of bees in the super that was on top that I forgot to put the excluder on, and the brew box. But you put the supers on when the nice weather comes, making sure they don't swarm, giving them extra space, and then you get a spell of bad weather and it's really hard to feed them, because you can't be feeding them when the supers are on top, because it'll take the honey. You'll end up just putting sugar syrup into the honey, and that's a big no-no. So there we go. Pretty happy with that, to be fair. Let's see if I can flip this round. Up a little bit. So that is the micro truck body colony. Let's see if we can get that again. It's hard trying to control this when you've got sticky gloves on. There we go. So most of my hives are sponsored, and this is sponsored by Micro Truck Bodies, and they're not a million miles away from me, a couple of miles down the road. So it's nice to have local sponsors for sure. Anyway, bye for now, guys.
Please like and subscribe.